Hello everyone, I'm your host John Rush today, my son Richard Rush behind the camera. This is going to be the long version of this review of the 2015 Chrysler 300. This is the S model, the sport model. And I will tell you right now that personally speaking, I love the 300. It's a great car, best in class, V6 horsepower and fuel economy, which is what we're going to be driving and showing you today. Best in class interior room, a lot of best in class in this car. All-wheel drive system. We'll get into some of that as we go through the rest of the review. But let's come around the front and start there. They've done a different look to the car, if you would, for 2015. More sculpted, bold lines. You'll see the grille on this S model. It's got the wider Chrysler emblem on the front. Really good headlight system on it. I love the way the LEDs, these actually light up as you're driving, as the daytime running lights, if you would. Really a nice job on this car. It looks fantastic. It drives well. The all-wheel drive system works fantastic. I'll talk to you about that in the driving portion. The S model comes with the rear spoiler, which you'll see in a minute, a different grille, the anodized, kind of the dark anodized wheels, the bigger tire and wheel package, I should say. And it's just a good-looking car. They've just done some different things with it that make it look different than the standard 300. Dual exhaust, even with the V6. This also has the higher horsepower V6 engine, which, as I said earlier, is rated at 300 horsepower, which is up from the standard Pentastar V6 that's in the other 300s. So, tell you what, let's do. Let's go for a quick drive. We'll come back. We'll go through all of the interior features of this car. And again, this is a car that, you know what, I could drive on a daily basis, especially in our Colorado climate that we have here with all the different weather conditions that we've got. Let's take a drive. We'll come back and we'll go through the interior of the 2015 300S. All right, we're now going to take a drive in the 2015 Chrysler 300S, but before we do so, a couple of things I do want to show you on the interior. It's a little windy outside, so we're going to try to do a few things on the interior-wise. Good storage throughout this car. Door pockets, nice big console in the middle here, cup holders right here, another compartment here where you can set your cell phone keys, whatever you want to do right in the middle. Nice little cell phone slot here also that works well. Big glove box. Again, lots of nice interior features as far as that's concerned. Sunglass holder, of course, up here, which I really do like. And then one thing that the Chrysler 300 has, which I think is really cool, is instead of having a gear shift or a center console, that you're a shifter that you're moving up and down, it's just got the nice quick knob, which is really cool, which I'll put in reverse right now. The camera is going to come up. It doesn't have grids on it, but the lines do move to tell you what direction you are going. If you want to get close to the curb, you just watch the green, get in tight. Tells you exactly how far away you are. There's no split cam or anything along those lines, but again, this car is only $39,000. So nice leather-wrapped wheel, the sport wheel, paddle shifters on it, which really is a cool thing. Steering wheel controls, your volume and mode buttons for the stereo are all on the back side. Wiper and all that is on the left. And one thing they've done on the sport version, which I really like, is the way they've done the dash. It's kind of hard maybe for Richard to see that, but the nice blue outline, really cool. It's got different capabilities in the LCD screen. We actually change things up and see different things, different reports on the car. Really like, again, really enjoyable car to drive. Very easy to get used to. One of the things we really do like about the Fiat, Chrysler, Dodge products is this one has the optional 8-inch screen. This car comes standard with a 7-inch, but this has the Beats audio upgraded system. You saw the subwoofer in the back earlier that I showed, or actually I'll get to that in a little bit. Sorry, I haven't showed you that yet, but I will get to that in a little bit. We'll show you the Beats audio system in the back in the trunk area. They've got a big subwoofer. But again, really easy system to control. You can control all of your seat functions. There's no cooled seats on this car. It is just heated seats. You can control climate. Your nav is here. Hook your phone up. And then, of course, all your Uconnect apps are also in here. Again, a very easy system to use. My wife's got this in her Grand Cherokee, and frankly, I did no training to show her how to use it. It's that intuitive. It's just one of those systems where you just get into it, start using it, and it works that well. So let's take a quick drive. This is a very comfortable car, I will say that. One of the things I want to mention is the all-wheel drive system. So this is an all-wheel drive system, a really innovative system because it's got a true transfer case in it where it actually sends most of the power to the rear wheels unless it's in a slippery condition and you need the extra traction. Then it will engage the front axle, lock in the front, and you've got all-wheel drive at that point in time. But typically speaking, it's a rear-wheel drive car. They add the all-wheel drive as needed through a really sophisticated transfer case, which typically speaking, most cars don't have a transfer case. So Chrysler, good job on that. It works well. This car runs well, drives well, handles well. Really, there's a lot of things about this car I really enjoy. It's super quiet driving down the road. It's comfortable. Again, I like big cars personally, and I tell you what, this car competes with cars in its class that cost literally $20,000 more than this car does. So keep that in mind as you're out shopping. If you want a really good value in a full-size car, I would encourage you to get out and drive the Chrysler 300S. Let's go back, we'll walk through the interior, and then I'll give you my opinion of the 2015 Chrysler 300S. All right, one thing I want to mention I almost forgot about is this is a Chrysler 300S, S standing for Sport Mode. So to put it in Sport Mode, you hit the button here. I'm also going to put the transmission in the Sport Mode. It does adjust the way it handles, the way the steering feels, the way the suspension works, and the way the engine and transmission work together. It's got a different mapping program in it. And we've got some people in front of us, so I won't get on it super hard here, but let's go around the corner here, and I'll just show you how this works. So you can actually use the paddle shifters. And for a big old car, it actually handles extremely well. Works well. 300 horsepower V6, which, again, you know what? People laugh at a V6 being 300 horsepower, or laugh at a V6, but a 300 horsepower V6, you know what? That works extremely well considering what we used to have back in the old days. It was tough to get a V8 to put out 300 horsepower back then. So today, 300 horsepower in a V6, car works fantastic. All right, I hope you enjoyed the driving portion of this review. We're going to go through the trunk portion of this. And one thing that's really, really cool on this car, which Richard and I both really like, they've done some really great aesthetic things. Backup cameras built into the third brake light, and also the button, which the key fob's in my pocket. The button to open the trunk is also right there, which makes it really easy to open up. Got a nice little cargo net in here. There is some tie downs, if you would, over here. This particular model does have the higher end sound system, the Beats sound system, which you can see the subwoofer right here. But again, nice spacious trunk on the 300. Lots of room for full size luggage. Really, really nice. They've covered up the hinges. Again, nice car on the inside. I really like this car, frankly. I think it's a great value. So we'll come around this side. I think the lighting's a little bit better. And I've got the seat adjusted. So again, people always ask, how big am I? I'm 5'10", about 185 pounds. This seat is adjusted for me right now. I'm going to climb into the back seat, which again, this has best-in-class interior room and back seat room. And as you can see, 5'10", I've got a solid, 6 inches in between my knees and the seat in front of me. Really, really great room. Nice soft touch material throughout. USB ports back here to charge with, and vents right here, pockets of course. Water bottle holder here, soft touch here. One thing about this car, and to keep in mind, this car is under $40,000. Not a lot of soft touch material on the door panels. Now, again, you're under 40 grand. They've put a nice armrest on it, but that's about the extent of it. But again, they're keeping the price down. Like I said, under just shy of $40,000, $39,000 and some change for this car. Egress in and out, fantastic. I'll tell you what, I'm going to come around to the passenger side, or I'll let Richard come around the passenger side and I'll jump in the front seat. All right, folks, I'm now in the front seat of the 2015 Chrysler 300S, and one of the things that we didn't get a chance to show you in the driving portion is, of course, close-ups of the seats. They've done a really, really nice job on the seats. They're comfortable, nice thick leather. This car is blue on the exterior, blue seating on the interior, nice S badging you just saw. They've done a really nice job with the stripe, with the stitching, I should say, to give it the stripe look. The piping around the sides, really, really a nice job. Door panels are similar to what I talked about in the rear just a moment ago. It does have some soft touch features throughout, but again, for under $40,000, there are some things that are gonna seem to be a little bit more plasticky. Now, is it a deal killer? Not for me. Not if you look at the price of this car. I think this car actually is priced very, very well. It competes great in this particular segment. Full-size car. All-wheel drive, in fact, one of the best all-wheel drive systems in the market itself, or in this particular segment, I should say. Fantastic. We showed you other things on the interior when we did the driving portion. So I tell you what, let me come around and I'll give you my opinion of the 2015 Chrysler 300S. All right, I'm going to give you my opinion of the 2015 Chrysler 300S. Great car for the value. I really think, I should say, great value for the price. That's probably a better way for me to say that. Just under $39,000. We averaged around 24, 25 miles to the gallon. Some city, some highway. 300 horsepower V6 engine. Do you need the Hemi? That's going to be your call. You're gaining about 60 horsepower and a little bit of torque with the V8. You know what? Even at our elevation, this V6 up here works out fantastic. It gives it best-in-class fuel economy and distance as far as the range is concerned. One of the best all-wheel drive systems in the market. The reason I say that is, I talked about this in the driving portion, but it's really an all-wheel drive car with rear, really mainly rear-wheel drive. The front end disconnects as needed and engages as you need it for traction. So that part of it makes the car really, really fun to drive. I like this car. I like a big car personally, so when I got in this car and started driving it, I really enjoyed it. What are some of the cons? It's a little plasticky on the inside, but again, you got to look at the price. So if that's the only con, and you're looking at a car that's under $40,000 for the amount of room and luxury you get with this car, I'd call this car still a home run. Go check it out at your local Chrysler dealer. Tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this last review that we've just done. And as always, we say this, but we really do mean it. Get out, drive the car, put yourself, your family, your pet, whatever you're going to do with the vehicle, please get out, get in it, drive it. Make sure when you go and do that, you tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. For all of our other reviews, content, things that we have, you can check that out at our website, drive-radio.com. Please go and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/driveradio. And of course, you found this on YouTube, because that's where we put all these videos up. Our channel, Drive Radio, all one word. Go check out all the rest of our reviews. Like it, comment, do whatever you need to. We want to be here to help you pick out the right vehicle for you, because as we always say, there's really not too many bad vehicles made today. There's just bad vehicle choices. So with that, I hope you have a great evening, great day, whatever it is. Just enjoy. And again, thanks so much for watching.